Stood majestically on a huge rock above the Firth of Lorn, Dunstaffnage Castle is one of the oldest stone castles in Scotland, and it is thought to have been built by some of the earliest members of Clan MacDougall. It's believed that Dunstaffnage was in place by 1240, having been built by Duncan MacDougall, the grandson of the great Somerled. These were turbulent times as Scotland and Norway were fighting for control of the Hebrides, and the castle's architecture reflects this. The stronghold lay behind an impenetrable stone wall, with the only openings being a few narrow vertical arrow slits, so that the MacDougalls could defend themselves. Duncan's son Ewan later added 3 projecting round towers, both to demonstrate his wealth and status and to improve the castle's fortifications. The King of Scots eventually won control of the Hebrides in 1266, but Dunstaffnage's violent history was not over yet. Around 1308, during the Wars of Independence, the infamous Robert the Bruce besieged the castle, defeating the MacDougalls and claiming Dunstaffnage for his own. It stayed in the royal possession until 1469, when it was granted by James III to Colin Campbell, the first Earl of Argyll. When the Jacobite Rebellion came in 1745, the castle once again became a military hotspot, as it was garrisoned by government forces. It also saw Dunstaffnage welcome one of its most famous guests, when Flora MacDonald was briefly held as a prisoner. The story goes that the gentle and well-meaning Flora was on a trip to visit her brother when she was shocked to encounter Bonnie Prince Charlie fleeing from the Redcoats after his defeat at Culloden. Flora agreed to help him, dressing him as a servant girl. The two managed to cross over to Skye, where the prince successfully made his escape. Flora, however, was not so lucky and was arrested and taken to Dunstaffnage. She stayed there for only a few days before being moved to the treacherous Tower of London. Fortunately, she was released the next year. Over the following centuries, Dunstaffnage Castle began to deteriorate. In 1958, it was handed into the state care to ensure that its fascinating history would be preserved. For more Clan MacDougall history and stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you head over to our Clan MacDougall page on scotlandshop.com for your Clan MacDougall tartans and custom-made garments and accessories made here in Scotland.